Hello everyone, I'm Rebecca Gabriel. Welcome to Living with Spice. As you know, I do a daily card reading. Today I'd like to call it more of a soul conversation. I'll try to keep it brief, but it is a more difficult subject matter. I've pulled a card from the Sacred Earth Oracle deck, and the card that's come up today is all about time. And the challenge that we're being given here by Spirit and the Divine is, can we be timeless? I find that to be a really difficult concept because as human beings, everything about who we are in our physical experience is about relating to time. You know, we live in a world where it's all about the calendar and the clock, and everything that we do, well, especially in the Western world, is focused around time, what we are achieving. We measure our progress in life and our milestones according to age, time, before and after. And we have our whole world is perceived through this concept of time and measuring things. So how do we be timeless, and why do we want to be timeless? If we looked at the negative aspects of being so attached and bound by time, we can see that we can get very easily frustrated when we look back, for instance, on the past, and we long for things that have been, perhaps, lamenting over good times, better times, when we were younger, perhaps, wishing for the past to be repeated again. Or it may be that we look back in time and see missed opportunities, or perhaps choices that we've made that weren't really the best choices, and how we'd love to go back and change things. Lamenting over things like that causes us a lot of stress and anxiety. We are led to have thoughts around comparison. And in many ways, our concept of time diminishes who we are as soul beings, and limits the potentiality of who we are, of our growth, and our infinite nature as a soul. It's an interesting thing because, from the day we're born to the day we die, we live this linear experience of measuring time, measuring progress, of seeing ourselves as a certain age. Now, what would happen if we let go of the idea that we are a certain age? Who would we be if we didn't have any concept of our age? Even that question in itself automatically enables me to see myself as a soul being, not a human being. So you'd be familiar with the phrase, we are spiritual beings having a physical experience. And everything about our spirituality is timeless. Timeless. Very interesting. When we are bound by time, the way we interpret our world and experiences is measured somewhat by our feelings and emotions, which rise and fall, and those feelings and emotions are attached to memories that we have. And they're very powerful and they're very real for ourselves. But when we measure through our memories our feelings around experiences that we've had, they are just a drop in the ocean compared to the concept of the universe and timelessness. So where does that leave us? It leaves us in a situation of going, well, what matters is the present moment. And that who I am is now, not the past and not the future. As soul beings, we are timeless. And in that space of timelessness, we're allowed to be the fullness of who we are as soul beings, to recognize that we are not bound and limited by time, by measure, by our human age. We are soul beings having a physical experience for the purpose of having contrasts to learn and grow. But in that space of now, we are everything in this moment. Interesting discussion, isn't it? So I guess some interesting questions or valuable questions could be, how old would we be if we didn't know our age? Would it matter? If we were able to let go of time, what matters in a week, a year, or even in a decade suddenly becomes irrelevant because all we have is right now. So if we're able to let go of the concept of time, I feel that this is the best way we can create some peace within ourselves. We're able to let go of the anxieties and the comparisons that we have and that the constructs that we create with time, and we can just be now. And we can be the fullness of who we are right now. So perhaps this is a very important discussion, as so many of us at the end of the year and about to begin the new year, we go very, very quickly into that mental space of who am I, what am I doing, what are my plans for the coming year, who do I need to speak to, what goals am I going to set. All of these are concepts around time, and instantly we start to feel pressure to be and do because of time. But if we were able to take a different approach and see ourselves regardless of time and just see ourselves in the now, who are we right now? Who are we in this moment as soul beings? Do we know who we are? It's a really big topic, and I have to say I'm quite perplexed that this has been the card that's come up today. I looked and I thought, truly, can't we just have something a little bit easier? But I'm going to leave that with you today to see whether you can give yourself an opportunity to meditate on letting go of the concept of time and ask yourself who you are as a soul being that's timeless. And hopefully that will lead you to a new kind of a space to understand and value your potentiality, understand and value who you are in this moment, and that you are infinite. You are a soul having a physical experience, but you are beautiful as you are, perfect as you are in this very moment. You are everything that you need to be in this very moment. And I hope that brings you some peace and a real deep inner knowing of who you are that's going to bless you and fulfill you in this very moment. So my friends, that's the reading for today. I'm going to leave that concept with you. I will upload it to Facebook, Instagram and YouTube. Just look out for Living with Spice. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.